Welcome to Ethanol Producer Magazine's top headlines from the past week. I'm your host, Jill Nelson. The 10th Circuit Court of Appeals on April 7th rejected petitions filed by Wynwood Refining and Holly Frontier on March 24th requesting a rehearing en banc of the court's January 24th ruling that struck down 3 small refinery exemptions that had been approved by the U.S. EPA. The court's January 24th ruling, if implemented nationally, would significantly lower the number of small refineries that are eligible to apply for exemptions to their renewable fuel standard blending requirements. While the 10th Circuit Court has denied the challenge to its SRE ruling, the refining groups could still file an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court. They have 90 days to do so. U.S. fuel ethanol production continues to be negatively impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Production fell 20% the week ending April 3rd to an average of 672,000 barrels per day, the lowest level since the U.S. Energy Information Administration began reporting weekly ethanol production data in mid-2010, according to data released by the agency on April 8th. That volume is down 330,000 barrels per day when compared to the same week of 2019, and down 407,000 barrels per day when compared to production during the final week, February 2020. Get full details in our online coverage. A bipartisan group of senators is urging the USDA to use funds allocated to the agency's Commodity Credit Corporation by the recently signed CARES Act to provide financial assistance to the biofuels industry. Decreased fuel demand caused by COVID-19 has caused many biofuel plants to idle. A letter the senators sent to Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue on April 6th cites the industry data that indicates more than 4 billion gallons of ethanol production has ceased production. The CCC was created to stabilize, support, and protect farm income and prices while also maintaining balanced and adequate supplies of agricultural commodities and aids in their orderly distribution, the senators wrote in their letter, stressing that farm income and prices for corn and other crop commodities are directly linked to the health of the renewable fuels industry. The letter was signed by 15 senators representing Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Missouri, South Dakota, Ohio, and Kansas. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more of the ethanol industry's top stories.